YouTube. Let's deal with the first thing here. This is our calendar, and that was yesterday. Today is the 2nd. Today is Saturday. Yesterday, I didn't do any recording. I was hot. I was tired. I wore myself out the night before. I didn't get up until kind of late. I did get a few things done behind the scenes, some stuff. I worked on some videos, and I did some drawings, and I did a little bit of that kind of stuff. And I ordered some steel right there. That is for the barbecue, which is right, where is it? There it is. There's the barbecue. We did finish. I just finished it a little bit ago. This is the conference table base. Whoops. I may integrate the finished photos in the previous video, so if you're seeing this, you're just seeing it again. But I just put a clear coat on it and set it down on the dolly so I could move it around. The dollies are on loan from my neighbor, but I think it turned out pretty cool. It's there's some I had a couple of issues with it when I was putting it together, and I had to cut a couple welds loose and re-weld them and stuff. But other than that, I think it's pretty darn close. And it should look pretty good with its 54-inch wide by 10-foot slab of walnut. So what do I want to work on today? Well, we want to get done on this barbecue. So what I'm going to do here in a minute is the steel that I bought yesterday. I'm going to bring the bandsaw around. We're going to cut some steel, and what we want to get at least a little bit done today. I want to get the piece of angle that goes from here to there, those two pieces that I cut too short, and the pieces that mount here that are the bars that raise and lower the grill. If I get a really wild hair, maybe I will, if I can get those tacked in, that means I can also get the grill itself welded together. I have the materials for it, so maybe I can start cutting those pieces and at least tack it together. Who knows? But that's what we're going to be working on, is trying to get something done on the barbecue. So let's get started. think that's it for today. I'm not sure this episode will be very long. I don't know that I recorded much, but let's go over what we got done with the barbecue anyway. So we got the upright pieces in here, and we got the angle cut and welded in. It needs a lot of cleanup and all in the welds, but wait, silly thing. These are just literally just tacked in. Most of this thing is just tacked together. So a little tacks on here and way down there in the bottom. What I'm using for the rod this time is a little bit different than the last one I built. The last one I used pipe and a whole bunch of silly systems to make it all enclosed, but this is just 3/4 inch rod, round rod. The tubing that I put in here, this is 1 inch mechanical tubing, 120 wall, so it's just slightly less than an eighth of an inch. So you can see there's a little bit of a gap, but not much, and it actually works out pretty well. I put the seam on the top. This right here, this is going to be part of the locking mechanism. I didn't show that. I don't know if I can do this. It's really hot because I welded this quite a while ago. I don't have a 3/4 inch tap or a die, so I just had a bolt that I cut and welded it on here. But what's going to happen, and this will make more sense when we get a little further along, but what's going to happen, ooh, that's hot, very hot. Anyway, these are dock washers, and this dock washer will be welded to the rod, right? So it'll be welded here. And then this dock washer will be welded to this piece of tubing. It's the same as the mechanical tubing in here. It's the same size. And the handle will be attached to this, and it'll be welded to this dock washer. And then we'll drill some holes through here and put some bolts that are kind of loose fitting, not super tight. So there'll be a little bit of slack in this when it, so it'll be able to move just a touch. And then the nut will go on here, and the nut will have a couple of handles on it. And what'll happen is when you go to lock it, you tighten that nut, it pulls the rod against this washer here, it pulls it against this upright, and at the same time it pushes the sleeve for the handle into it the other way, and it basically clamps and holds it in position. So that's the plan. Tomorrow, if I can get in here in the light. Tomorrow I'll be back out here. I don't know what time, but I'll be back out here and probably will make the handle and get started on the grate. And if I get a real wild hair, maybe I'll be able to start grinding and sanding out some of the stuff on the edges and stuff. So anyway, till tomorrow. Bye.